our ministry kind of spans denominations, and so I speak in a lot of different places, and I know there's a lot of different teachings, and it's healing is a hard topic because
Sure.
every one of us probably has prayed for someone, didn't see something happen, and so there's
It's loaded.
there's a tension. Yeah, there's a lot
Sure.
of tension there, but I personally believe that God still heals, and so I just pray in faith for people and see what happens. And I was doing a special services for a ministry called The Covering in Columbus. We're in the Columbus area in Circleville, and went to a church. And I don't remember what I preached that night, but I remember a man coming up. He kind of stumbled his way up to the altar with his wife. And I don't think they told me very much. I think she just said he has equilibrium issues or something. It was just a basic thing, and he wants to be healed. And so we laid hands on his head and just prayed and asked God to touch him. And he kind of stumbled back to his seat afterwards. And so you say, okay, well, I could just trust the Lord with the results, but nothing dramatically happened. So I didn't hear anything for a month. And a month later, his wife sent me a message, and I'll just read it to you in their words. She said, "Hi, Pastor Renz. My husband and I came to the Friday night service at Nicholas Drive Church of God. He's been to many doctors since 2011, and finally, after 12 or more doctors, a doctor at Cleveland Clinic said his 7th and 8th nerve was crushed from a horrible ear infection, and there was nothing they could do. So for 14 years, he's walked around very unbalanced. People would think he's drunk. When we laid hands on his head that Friday night, at Saturday morning, he knew he had been healed. And I, as his wife, she said, I let it go for a month just to kind of watch him every day. And she said, praise God. He just testified in church a month later that he had been healed, and they just wanted to let us know what God had done for him. And so what an amazing, for 14 years, he's been struggling, and it was noticeable. And so I asked them for permission to share it because I thought, this is awesome.
That is awesome.
Just that God, they had prayed many times, probably been to a lot of services, and for whatever reason, God saw it fit that night for him to heal this man. And so it's been really cool to stay in contact with them and hear what God's doing. And so it's incredible.